Welcome to Podcast Unlocked, the world's #1 Xbox podcast. I'm the guy named Ryan McCaffrey. This guy is Marty Sleva.
Shalom.
That guy dressed so smoothly is one Mitchell Dyer.
I'm in the wrong chair today.
Oh, do
Yeah,
you
you
need to
guys
switch?
I just
like
I'm
switch
Well, you were in
bodies.
here. You were in late.
This is the late guy chair.
Because you were mobbing.
That's MOBA.
Mobbing for MOBA.
Mobobbing.
You should get Moby into the office to play MOBAs with you.
I'm writing this down so we don't forget.
He doesn't have anything else to do. I'm quite sure of it. And hanging out is Xbox superfan and video producer of this very show, among many others, Sean Finnegan.
Hello. Thanks
He
for
can
having
whoop
me.
your ass at Halo, I promise
That's
you.
true.
This is true. Fact.
Well, you just threw down the gauntlet right away, even your first words on this show.
I take it seriously, man.
That's right. So we finally remembered, thanks to all the listeners who reminded me,
Yeah.
8-Bit Pale Ale, courtesy of R.J. Woods from Wichita, Kansas. His gamertag is Organic Avenger. This one is for you.
Yay.
Can we talk about the galaxy hops that this has inside of it? Let's taste those galaxy hops.
Ooh, hoppy.
Yeah. From the proud city of Manhattan, Kansas.
Damn.
Where is that?
That's a not
in
bad
Kansas.
Oh,
Named Manhattan. I
Yep.
don't know.
I was
probably good.
expecting less. This is pretty decent.
beer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see like a
Right?
fake ass Pac-Man on a beer can, and I'm like, no.
I'm all about presentation when it comes to drinks.
Sure.
And to be honest, I was a little put off by the art and stuff, but
It's not Pac-Man. It's beer drinking yellow disc guy.
yeah, not Pac-Man.
Are you gonna hold that up for the
For
camera?
rights,
Get
yeah.
that. Make sure tilt it so that. Yeah, there you go.
The cinematographer in Finnegan is dying right now.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna have to refocus that.
Yeah.
but
This is
it's
some
okay.
low rent trash right now. I'm ruining everything, and I apologize.
So this is Podcast Unlocked, episode number 153. It's July 9th, 2014, which means a new IGN First has kicked off.
Yes.
Our second one. It is our friend, your friend, Destiny,
I heard
which
that
I'm
game.
quite
We're all
stoked
friends
about.
with Destiny.
Yeah.
Marty, you and I are definitely.
Yeah.
We're close friends because we
Ooh.
got to go up there and play the beta.
Friends with
already.
benefits.
Super jealous.
Yeah. We got to go up there with Destin, who's currently dead, probably.
Fitting that Destin played
yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah, and
One
and
might say
James.
it was his.
Nope.
But
Nope.
you are in the Destin
No,
chair
I didn't
right
even
now.
say it.
No, you are perfect in the Destin chair right now.
You're already making terrible puns.
Apparently, it's the aura of the chair.
I got to get up to
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
guys.
Come on, man.
So we went up to Bellevue a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the
the
Bellevue's
office.
right around the corner from Valve.
Yeah.
Not far from
343.
Redmond, which is of course where. Yeah, not far from 343.
You waved to Dota
Nintendo.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We waved at
exactly.
Dota,
Thanks.
and I didn't understand. They did something back, but I didn't understand it because I don't understand that.
But yeah, we were there for 3 days. We
Yep.
brought back a treasure trove of things that we're rolling out for you all month long. Right now, this week, week 1 of IGN First is our map tours, multiplayer map tours. Lars Bakken, longtime Bungie veteran, lead designer on the game. He sort of gives you a walking tour of each of the maps that are in the beta. There are 4 of them. And then towards the end of the month, we've got a 5th map that you won't get to see
Whoa.
until otherwise
Spoiler alert.
until
Yeah,
the final game.
that's a
So
super spoiler.
that's cool. And then next week we've got Marty. You've written an extensive hands-on preview of your time with the beta.
Yep.
Which we'll be posting Wednesday, the day before the beta goes up for PlayStation platforms. We'll get to that particular nugget in a second.
Interesting. Okay.
And then on that same day, Wednesday the 16th, we are live streaming the beta. One of the Bungie devs will be down here to hang with us and hang with you.
Is it gonna be Jason Jones?
Odds or no?
Is it going to
But-
be Master Chief?
I don't think that's.
Do they allow
anymore.
the building?
Is it Jerome?
Oh, I met Jerome.
That would be kind of amazing,
I met Jerome.
And lived to tell the
Extremely
tale.
nice man.
isn't he?
So
Yeah.
Jerome is a
Couldn't be
security
kinder.
guard up at Bungie, and I got terrified because evidently he's allowed to use a giant hammer.
The gravity hammer.
The
Gravity
greatest unlocked block segment in the
Like
history
for
of the show.
security purposes?
yes.
Yeah. And so I saw a picture of
That's
it, and
amazing.
it terrified me because I felt like it was extremely illegal. I was very worried about meeting this man. I threw up outside the Bungie office right before it. I did not actually do that.
that'd be true.
But met him, and he was extremely kind. He was just a human being who was nice. So,
Until he has to use the hammer.
until he had to use the
Yeah,
hammer.
So
then-
until he has to
That's
Then
why,
it's a different
that's why
story.
Destin's not here. Try to take pictures.
He
of
didn't
things.
He
make
pulls
it.
that like Game of Thrones thing where it's like, you don't want to wake the dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was great. A lot
But,
of cool stuff this month.
Yeah, so much more to come. Be sure to tune in each and every day on ign.com. We hope you enjoy it. And so let's jump right into that before we
Yes.
get into this week's news proper. We did unveil the beta dates. So it kicks off on PlayStation platforms, meaning 4 and 3, on next Thursday, the 17th. And it will run for 4 days exclusively on the PlayStation platforms. Then the beta is down for 2 days, offline for everybody for maintenance. And then on the 23rd, a Monday, it kicks off again on all 4 platforms, PS4, PS3, and Xbox One and 360. Now, the backlash, there's been some rowdy Xbox fans pretty much since Destiny really was announced, in the sense that, Sony has backed this horse in a big way with exclusive DLC and the beta, and they're sort of really trying to position it as a PlayStation franchise.
Yeah. Just sort of every commercial you see for the game is going to end with the PS4 logo.
The same way that Microsoft has partnered with Activision on Call of Duty, and they try to position Call of Duty as an Xbox franchise. So the question I have for you guys, I'd be curious to hear everybody's take here, is actually, let me just read you an email I think that sums it up well from Podcast Unlocked listener Doug DeShazer. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Doug. He says, I understand time DLC. It's just where the business is right now. But with Call of Duty, Xbox receives map packs a month before PlayStation. The DLC for Destiny is a 1-year exclusive. That is there is some exclusive content that's going to be not coming to Xbox for quite some damn time. Also, when Sony gets them, all the content is there. In each expansion in Destiny, there is exclusive PlayStation content. So for the same price for a season pass, you get less than you do on a Sony platform. Seems a little too far, in my opinion. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. How can I'm sure there are other mature gamers who would like to express their displeasure without whining in comments sections, Twitter, silly online petitions, etc. We appreciate the maturity there. I know the answer is not vote with your wallet, because I'm excited to play Destiny, which of course he makes a good point there. I mean, you're not going to not buy the game.
Sure.
I know it's a tough subject with no easy answer. So what do you guys think? Are Xbox owners getting shafted? Is this should people just buy it on PlayStation 4 if they've got a PS4?
So my thing with Destiny is I was like, yeah, cool, Xbox One. Like, I have an Xbox One. I'm borrowing the Office PS4 right now. I'll return that eventually.
Yep.
At the PlayStation press conference, when they revealed the white PS4 with the Destiny stuff and talked about all the exclusive content, that was the moment where I said, yes, this is a PlayStation game for me.
Okay,
I'm
so
buying
it worked.
a PS4 with Destiny.
So
it totally got me.
The check that Sony wrote for however large an amount it was, again, same way that Microsoft writes that check to the same publisher, Activision, for Call of Duty, that worked on you.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, he makes a great point that you're paying the same amount for the season pass and getting less on Xbox One.
Yeah.
That is some trash.
Yeah, that's the one part of this that even like the timed exclusivity thing, I'm sort of fine with, but that getting less for the same amount of money is.
That's the one issue that I was going to have too. Because to me, I was going to play Destiny on Xbox. I don't have a PS4.
Sure.
The library of games just doesn't speak to my sensibilities.
Sure. Right.
But to me, when you're talking about time DLC, like, there's not a huge amount of stuff that you're missing out on. Like, sure, it may amp up the
mission or
experience
two, right?
Yeah, like stuff that you could, presumably do without, especially if you're excited for the game in the first place.
And that's been true of Ubisoft stuff that's been PS.
Exactly. And you're going to get it in the future at any point. So, like, is it something that you really need to spend the extra money to get right now? For me, no.
Yeah.
But you do bring up a good point. Like, if you're paying the same price, that entitles you, again, presumably to the same amount of content, and you're not getting that, or maybe it hasn't been announced how they're kind of making up for that.
Yeah.
But I imagine that if you're in that boat where this is an issue for you, you have a right to be kind of upset about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think, a couple things here. To me, you should buy the game on the platform people are going to buy it on.
Yeah.
If all of your buddies have Xbox Ones, if all of your buddies have PS4s, buy it where that is.
Yeah, particularly for a game like this.
You're going to miss out on
social
You're
game.
going to want to
and
you're going to want to just rally around buddies and go on missions.
I'd rather have 20 hours with you guys than an extra hour on
and
PlayStation.
that's right. Like that, my friends are all except you're now going to play this on PlayStation, Mitch, but the bulk of my friends are going to play this on Xbox. So I'm still going to be on Xbox with this.
works out.
So the other things are. For me, whenever like Ubisoft does it with Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed, sometimes in the case of Assassin's Creed, it's oscillated from it was always positioned as a Sony forward game, and now it's positioned as a Microsoft forward game. If those games are like 40 hours long, and they're like, you get an extra hour, I'm like, I don't care at that point.
Yeah.
I won't even notice.
Destiny is going to be a big game, and at a certain point, just a little bit more, it doesn't really matter to me.
And this is how the industry is kind of trying to deal with the fact that games are trying to reach broader audiences, so they want to be on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Like, it's harder
Right.
to lock down exclusives than it was
the
before.
Titanfall-esque third-party exclusive is all but dead.
Yeah,
these days.
like
I
that
mean,
rarely
it is,
happens.
It is very rare.
Yeah, and a lot of people, there's some outrage online that, lifelong Xbox owners are saying, "How could you do this to us, Bungie? Like how we supported you throughout the entire Halo series." And to me, I'm like, it's a business.
Yeah,
It's a
like
business.
what
This
is that?
Activision's call.
That just sounds like entitlement to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
you think the developer owes you something because you bought their games in the past? Like, no, they're trying to do what's best for them and their audience and their business.
You have to think about too. You just assume that Bungie and Activision just took the Activision sack of cash and ran. There's a good chance that behind the scenes that Bungie and Activision have this offer on the table from Sony that says we want to do this, this, and this with you, and we'll pay or incentivize you in this, and this way. Who's to say they didn't take that offer from Sony, go to Microsoft and say, we have this offer on the table, can you beat it, and we'll do it with you? And Microsoft said, that price is a little steep for us. We're going to go ahead and pass.
We don't know that they
And
didn't
so,
do
yeah,
that, yeah.
Or
and that's
if
how it comes about.
The amount of money that Sony offered them was an amount to where it could actually
An
impact
offer they
the
couldn't
development.
refuse.
Yeah, an offer they couldn't. Damn it, Finnegan. But if it
Someday
Mitch is
I will live,
shaking
I
his
will
head in
call upon you
disapproval.
for a favor,
Yeah.
to repay
one
this
voice.
favor.
that's what, voice number one. Tally.
I do want to go back to this. Oh, sorry. Did I
helps.
interrupt you?
No, just saying. I don't even know where I was going, but also. If Microsoft fans are mad at this, Sony fans are also probably mad at the fact that Sunset Overdrive is an Xbox exclusive.
Well,
so
and that
everyone gets fun.
by all accounts, we have every reason to believe through various accounts that Titanfall was intended to be a multi-platform game, and it was purchased, even in a way that the game's developers weren't aware of.
Yeah.
By Microsoft. Microsoft came in
Yeah.
and made a deal with EA, and so. Yeah, I mean, you kind of can't have it both ways. You can't really crow about one thing and then whine about another.
Yeah.
But a point I made on Twitter, and I would be curious your guys' take on this. I mean, nobody wins. Gamers do not win in these marketing deals. Only the platform holders and publishers win.
I would probably agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, baby gamers who whine and make awful
Did you
comments.
say baby gamers?
Baby gamers.
Baby gamers who whine and make awful comments in every article we write and say terrible things.
Yeah.
They're the ones who win when it goes on their side because they
Right.
can use it as more flame bait for arguments I don't care about.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's all about them making money. It's even gross. Like, the story also came out that GameStop is talking about getting in the business of funding exclusive content for games. So instead of just being like, hey, you get this
When
extra
will
costume
GameStop
if
just
you
go away?
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. I don't think that certainly gamers don't win when you're, if you're an Xbox guy in this situation and you're paying more for less content, then you obviously don't win. The companies win because I actually remember a very similar story back when GTA 4 came out, and it was the first GTA, I guess. I think that was going to be multi-platform.
The first one to have a simultaneous release.
Yeah,
Okay,
because the
yeah.
original, the PS2 trilogy hit Xbox eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
very
three,
extended as well.
three, and
3 Vice City and San
Three and
Andreas.
Vice City came later, and then
San
San
Andreas
Andreas
came
came later as well.
I've never been a
Did it?
GTA guy, so I'm not really versed on that history. But I do remember my roommate who hadn't ever really been a GTA guy or a gamer prior to that, and he went out and bought a PS3 and Grand Theft Auto 4, and the guy told him, like, you can also get it on Xbox. Like, your roommate has an Xbox, and he was like,
Yeah.
why would I do that? Like, it's a PlayStation game.
Mindshare.
Like, they just don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there who aren't really, informed on the market or the games industry kind of identify brands with games, and I guess
Absolutely.
that's what they want. That's what these companies want. They want people to think of Destiny as a PlayStation game, so that the people who don't know that it's multi-platform will get a PlayStation.
Probably get
4
sales
it.
just sheerly out of trickery.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
fan
well,
of
and
trickery.
that's because that's what happened. Mass Effect. Granted, the circumstances around Mass Effect were a little different with EA BioWare getting bought by EA, but Mass Effect was. Even though by the time 3 rolled around, it released simultaneously on all platforms, it has always been associated as an Xbox brand and sold way better on the Xbox than on PlayStation. So that's what Sony is spending the money on. It's not even so much Destiny 1 as maybe Destiny 2, 3, and beyond.
I did want to get to the root of this question, though, because the sort of like follow-up there is, okay, well, so I'm one of these people who maybe has a problem with this. How do I address it without whining? That's something I actually don't really have an answer for. I mean, it always, in my opinion, it's tough to be critical or negative about something on social media without it coming off like you're whining.
Sure.
I don't know, maybe write on your blog, but don't bitch, don't moan. Like, try and be critical or like kind of forthright about it.
Also, let's wait until see what the actual content is.
Yeah, that's the
if
other
it's
thing.
like
It may not be worth bitching about.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. If it's the same, just a variant on the same map. Like if it's something like we were talking about DLC earlier. If it's something like Minerva's Den or something insane.
Yeah.
Like, this amazing short story is only available on PS4. Then it's going to be a bummer. But if it's just like sorta more variables of the same thing, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I'm sorry, Doug, but you say you hope the answer is not to vote with your wallet. I think that's conclusively the only way you can do it.
That's really all
right?
you can do. It's true.
But then you're gonna miss out on Destiny. So.
Yeah, like maybe you can talk respectively, or with respect to developers on Twitter and say like, hey, maybe I just am concerned about this. I'm not the only one out there, but don't antagonize people.
Yeah, I mean, is the solution just
maybe don't buy the season pass?
Or just buy and enjoy the game and just sort of resign yourself to Sony got this one. Maybe I'll get more DLC for my next favorite game on Xbox. Because that is just how the industry works now. They get this, we get that. Although there's no, I guess the real solution is just buy both systems if you can afford it.
Rob a Kmart. That's the real
buy
solution.
Destiny on both systems.
Oh!
Interesting
All
choice
4
of
systems.
store.
That's
well, they don't have
Nobody's
sucker
gonna
tickets.
care.
Yeah.
That's why you pick Kmart.
Because no one's in there, so no
it's
one will see
actually
you.
like it's legal to commit murder. It's like maritime law at a Kmart. I think
Kmart's
it's
still a thing? I thought they were like absorbed by Walmart.
I thought they
They
were
were
absorbed by the
bankrupt.
prison system.
Yeah. So, Doug, excellent email question. And I mean, it's the good news. It's going to be great on Xbox. We actually will have. Let's see, just before the beta begins on Xbox, we will have the first ever Xbox One
I was
footage.
going to hint at that, but I thought you'd hit me.
Super
Nah.
stoked to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll show you what it looks like. And
I'll
you
be
can-
playing it on Xbox One, so obviously that's where the party's at.
Yeah.
I will be there with you.
Yep.
Let's do it.
We'll play on
All
Wii U.
right.
Oh.